Hey YouTube, it's Saberstrick here, coming to you with update on my dragunity deck, more modified version. It's more of like a control version now that controls the field. It doesn't really try to go for OTKs. It just wants to kind of control what you do, kind of like Machina's a little bit. But I'll start with the monsters. The monster lineup now is actually the same, I believe. Yep. The same monster lineup. 3 of these, your main tuner. Don't really need to explain it, it's just your tuner. 3 ducks, kind of your go for game kind of card. You go into Stardust or Scrap Dragon, depending on what your situation is at the moment. Usually you want to go into Stardust so they can't like mirror force you, or if they don't have a back row and they have a little monster you want to get rid of, just go Scrap Dragon. It just depends on what you have in mind for your control or what you want to do. 3 Legionnaire, kind of like your Icarus or your Zanji. That's an old samurai card if you didn't know. Zanji lets you destroy any monsters basically. And this is basically a destruction power, along with his buddy Achilles here. It's basically a walking Icarus attack. And then two of these little buddies that like to fly around in everyone's deck in this format. 2 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is just a really good card. I just can't think of a reason why you'd want to take it out, or why you wouldn't run it. The only time I'd recommend taking it out is game 2 against heroes, because they really don't have anything you can negate with Effect Veiler, so it's really pointless not to run that. I mean, not to run it. Then we're going to go into the spells. Spell lineup is it's changed a little bit. 3 Dragon's Ravine, your Rhoda on Crack, or your Foolish Burial from Hell, either one works. Just get your stuff to your hand or your stuff in the graveyard. It's just basically your main spell card of the deck. 2 Terraforming, Contemplating running 3. It's a pretty good card. Just grab your Ravine and then search out your stuff. Thins out the deck a lot, so I was thinking about running 3. 2 Cards of Confidence. Helps in sticky situations when you have like 2 Phalanx in hand and you need them engraved. Or a combo I like to do where you have Dragon's Ravine in hand, you play Dragon's Ravine, search out Phalanx. Say you have Dragon's Ravine, this card, and ducks in your hand. So you activate this, discard a random card, get Phalanx, draw 2, summon ducks. It works out the same way, just you get +2. That's why I like it. And it helps usually when you need some more cards to your hand. 1 Pot of Avarice. I find 2 was too inconsistent, because with 2 you'd basically be using them for Dragon Ravine fodder, and then when you actually needed them, they weren't there. So the 1 is pretty consistent right now. I need it. I get it when I need it, or I can ditch it if I don't see myself needing it anytime soon, if I already have control of the field in the hand. 1 Mind Control, basically Dragon's Ravine fodder. It's also good in case you go into Trident Dragon and there's no back row. You can just you can pull out the monsters from their field and go into the 3 attacks from Trident Dragon, and so you can game them right there. 1 Buffoon, staple. Monster Reborn, staple. Giant Trinade, staple. Dark Hole, staple. So that's it for the spells. I really cut down the spells. Now onto the traps. This is what changed a lot. Right now I'm running 3 Compulse, because Compulse helps you out a lot in all those decks that it's really hard to get around, like Monarchs. Worm's actually really hard to get around. Gravekeepers, since you can't target, it's really easy to get around Gravekeepers with this, so even though you can't target your graveyard, you can hopefully get something out on them to keep beating them down, like a kind of like get enough monsters on the field to boost up your ducks because of his effect. Helps out a lot. So 3 Compulse, pretty decent card. It's been running pretty good. 2 Dimensional Prison, contemplating running 3. 2's good. I don't recommend running it at 1 because 1, you'll never have it when you need it. And it's just the best 1-for-1 card in the game, in my opinion, because they can't start us. There's really nothing to stop it except for 7 tools. Next, I don't see many people running Icarus attacks just because you don't like your low monster count, but I think it's really helpful, especially if you have Legionnaire equipped with a Helix, then you get to pop 3 cards in the field, which is really kind of broken. So that just helps you stop the Samurais. Bottomlesses, kind of like my replacement for warnings, because I don't feel like working over that much to get warnings. These I find are really good just because a lot of stuff is like pesky things. It's easy to get rid of them with Bottomless. Like, even if they go into Scrap Dragon, just Bottomless that shit. Or if they go into their Shia and go Torrential, then Bottomless. It's really easy. 7 tools, just negate their warnings. And then basically under the stable traps. Mirror Force. Torrential. I don't think I ran that last time, so I should explain it. Torrential, just a basic staple. It clears their field, and since you don't have very many monsters, you'll maybe have like 1 or 2 monsters on the field that you can get rid of just to blow up the rest of their good field. Really helps a lot if you ask me. It's basically a staple. I think almost every deck runs it now. Royal Oppression, just because it's more of a control. Ran this last time. I really can't say anything else, but Royal Oppression is really good, especially if you already have control of the field. They can't really do shit. So I'm dead it. Basic. Alright, on to the side deck. Side deck is very self-explanatory. Just get around those pesky decks that normally you can't get around with your main deck. Cyber Dragons, just because Machinas are really a big pain in the ass. Or, like, Beatdown, you can go into Cyber Dragon and knock over their Beatdown cards, depending on what kind of Beatdown it is. What else are these good against? I find it pretty useful in against plants or fabled, because if they get sort of a bad hand, you can just go into this and then knock over their stuff. It's pretty good in my opinion. I like it. So 2 of these. These are pretty. Oh, I just really like Cyber Dragon in the extra side deck. Now, Puppet Plants, self-explanatory. Everyone hates Sams. Get rid of them easily. Goes in the match. Basically, the only monsters that hit the field really are wind, and if it's not, you usually have a way to get rid of it, like Scrap Dragon. Well, you can't really bring out Scrap Dragon if it's in the field. You can Helix it, blow it up. Chain Destruction, just because I don't have Chain Disappearance right now. It's pretty good, especially against plants, just killer stuff. Especially if they're running quick draws, just summon quick draw. No, you put them in the grave. Light Imprisoning Mirror, just because worms are getting better now. Like I told you guys, because me and my friend topped. I faced one at locals today and lost because I didn't have that card. It's also good against Light Swarms. There's also a couple Light Swarms running around. It's good against people that run Veilers, like 3 of them. Like against Chaos, it's good against that. Their Veilers don't work. Their Thunder Kings don't work. It's a pretty good card. Nolan with a cross out against GKs, Gravekeepers, Worms, Plants. But a lot of people don't run Rykos anymore. And if they do, it's usually like 1 or 2. Yeah, I don't really think there's any other decks this is good against. Maybe, no, not Black Wings. I don't really know. It's just all around good card. 2 MSTs, Mirror Match, Gravekeepers, side them into the deck if they know that you know they run Royal Decree, even though it's pretty easy to get on Royal Decree in this deck without that. Then 1 Corridor Agony, anti-GBs, don't like GBs, hard to get around them in this deck. Yeah, that's basically it. Onto the extra deck. I sorted it by level. So 5 stars, got a star. Basically gets around everything but Samurai. 6 stars, I have the most of. 3 Vadriana, your main kind of, it's your engine basically, your Vadriana. This guy, I like him just because he gets over Xian and any other, like Lad, he can use power, actually he can't power up Lad. Anything that's got high attack basically, that you can't normally get over. Bryonic, my friend pulled this one out of that new thing that came out. They look pretty weird because they're darker than normal. And they're not limited edition this time. But Iroquois just because if you don't have Legionnaire, it's against like a Spirit Reaper or anything, you just poke into it, deal some damage. 7 stars, Trident, just because it's extremely hard to go into 7 stars in this deck, so I'm getting a Black Rose soon, so as soon as I get Black Rose, I'll probably take this out and maybe side it, just because if you go up against Samurais, focus as hard as you could to get this out, you would just send 3 Xians to the grave, and then it's basically pointless because they can't use them anymore. 1 Stardust, I only have 1. I'm receiving 1 in the mail soon. And I'll probably just get 1 for my friend. He's getting plenty. And plus it's a rare, so it's not that hard to get anymore. Scrap Dragon, I'd like to have 2. Only got 1. It took me a lot of cards to get this because people are stingy. So I got the 1 Scrap Dragon. Works at 1. I love it in this deck. Console Fighter against Samurais. Just knock over their Xian. This Worm, don't feel like buying a Trish because they're way too expensive. This Worm works pretty well. Trident Dragon, your OTK card. You just go into this, attack with 9,000. This guy, just because I pulled him today, and I can easily get 10 stars. Way faster than I can get 9 stars. Good against worms and shit. Light Sworns kills it. Fairies, actually, really good against fairies. And then Chimera Attack Fortress. Chimera Attack Fortress, hate machiners. Machiners are fucking gay. Get around them with that. So that's it. Ooh, this is a long video. I don't have very much to say except go check out my other channel. Possibly leave a link somewhere around here. Not very much anything else to say. I'm gonna have a trade binder update up tonight, so check that out if you're watching this video. Just then, all I have to say after that is rate, comment, and subscribe. See you later, YouTube.